All right, everybody, I am going to give you my full review of the app Pay Later Travel. Okay, now I bought my tickets through Pay Later Travel, which was a mistake in itself because I don't normally pay more than $1,500 for 2 round trip tickets anywhere. Normally it's even less than that, round trip anywhere. I pay about $600 max. But in any case, the 2 tickets to Egypt from Tulsa, Oklahoma cost me over $2,500 with this company. Now, they have a payment plan. That's what the whole Pay Later Travel is all about. It's a payment plan. So I just wanted to see how it was. Not that I couldn't pay for it, because what I ended up doing was paying for it in full before, like 6 weeks into the little payment plan, because I got tired of that. So the payment plan was all the way up until maybe 2 weeks before the trip, if I would have stayed on the payment plan, but I didn't. I paid for it in full, like I said, 6 weeks in. So after I looked at the tickets really well, which I am really a firm believer that I have to have more than an hour layover anywhere. Because when we went to Paris in February, we got on a plane that was late, which made us late arriving. We arrived in Charlotte, North Carolina. Our plane was sitting right there. They wouldn't let us on board. So we had to take another flight. Anyway, on the way back from Paris, same thing. We got to Chicago. The plane landed at one gate, and we had to go completely clear across the whole airport to get to the other gate. Needless to say, missed our flight. So now with this flight, I noticed that, okay, we're leaving at 3:50 in the afternoon, which I hate leaving in the afternoon because I'll get busy, forget what time it is, and boom, miss my flight, which I ain't never happened, because I don't never take, this is the first time I really took a PM flight like this. But they got us going from Tulsa to Chicago. We'll land in Terminal 3, and we got an hour to get to Terminal 5. Well, because we went through Pay Later Travel, we couldn't change we wanted to change the flight information. So Pay Later Travel is out of Australia. So the time difference between Australia and Central Time. So we could never really get on the same chat or email at the same time. But when they finally responded in about 4 days, the bottom line was they wanted us to pay another $900. Now the flight itself was $2,500. So another $900 means can I take a child with me for that price? So I said, okay, never mind. Just give me the tickets I've already paid for, and I'll go through the airline, which is Qatar. Qatar is not in Tulsa, so we're flying an American airline affiliate from Tulsa to Chicago. Now, Qatar has been telling me every month, because mind you, I bought my tickets way ahead of time. They've been telling me every month, we can't change the tickets. You'll have to go through your travel agent. Which the travel agent, that $900 that they wanted to charge was for their fee and the difference of the amount of the ticket fee, which the ticket was actually $40 cheaper than the ticket that I had already bought. So really, and the ticket was flexible. So that really the only fees that I should have had to pay was $75 per person. So I'll even give you the benefit of the doubt and say $75 per person per airplane. Then that wouldn't have been $900 and something dollars. But okay, so Qatar told me that they could change my flight 96 hours before the flight. So months has gone by with me calling them to see if I could just get the right operator at the right time to just go ahead and let me change the ticket and pay a fee. Qatar, on the other hand, I waited until the 96 hours. And then they told me that by that time I decided I didn't want to change the going to tickets. I wanted to change the coming back tickets. So I wanted to change the tickets from coming back October 1st to coming back October 6th. So they tell me again, we can't change the tickets until 96 days before October 1st. I said, okay, well then how much would it be if you change the going ticket till tomorrow? This was 96 hours before. Right now it's 24 hours before. So they said that would be $6,000. Oh, you done lost your rabbit ass mind. So I said, okay, well let me go back to pay later travel and see if they, can either change that 1 hour layover or change the ticket again. So they in turn raised it up to $1,100 and some change. Okay, so I said, okay, well we just gonna have to deal with the 1 week that we were in there for. So then I called Qatar Airlines 48 hours ahead of the flight to check in. They said I have to check in with American Airlines first because that's the first leg of the ticket, and that I can't check in with them until I get to a Qatar airline, which is in Chicago, that I only have a 1 hour layover for. I have to then go to Qatar airline to check in and get my tickets. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. So now I'm at this point, I'm mad at Qatar too. So then I called American Airlines and I said, okay, well, can I change the ticket to where I get to Chicago before 6 p.m.? Because my flight going to Cairo, Egypt is at 7:20 p.m. They said, no, they couldn't change the ticket. I have to go through pay later travel. Okay, at this point, I'm pissed. So I said, well, how about if I just buy the tickets straight out, just a one-way ticket from Tulsa to Chicago? Do you have any open seats? She said, yes. There's about 6 flights leaving to go to Chicago that will get me there. Some are straight through and some have connecting flights, but it still will get me there before 3 p.m. the day of the trip. I said, okay, well, how much is the ticket? She said, well, the cheapest ticket is like close to $400. So I'm thinking, why would I pay $800 to just get an earlier trip? And I'm like, why can't you put me on standby? She again says, well, there's nothing we can do because you have to go through pay later travel. Now, pay later travel, $1,100 just to change the one airline ticket. Still $1,100. I'm like, okay, look here. So now I'm at that point. So I said, well, my ticket, my flight is at this point tomorrow my ticket at this point is tomorrow. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm on my way to the airport. As you've seen, I just went through the airport and there's no way to get to parking. So I'm at the cell phone parking. I have to go through arrivals to get to the parking. So I didn't want to waste no more time paying for parking and talking to y'all. So now I'm at the airport right now, and I'm going to go to the American Airline desk and see if they can put me and my husband on standby, because they got flights leaving all the way up and starting at 4:30 a.m. So we will be here 3:30 in the morning tomorrow if they could put us on standby. Even if they can put one of us, if one of us can get through to standby, because what Qatar told me was that when we arrived to Chicago, we got 1 hour and 20-minute layover. Not only do we have to go from Terminal 3 to Terminal 5, but we also have to go downstairs to luggage claim our luggage, go out of the airport, go to Terminal 5, go to the desk like we starting in Chicago. We have to go to the desk, get our tickets, check in our luggage, go right back through TSA, and get to our gate in 1 hour and 20 minutes. Now, that's not possible. So if one of us can get on a standby, both of us can be here tomorrow and sit there and wait by standby. If one of us can get on a plane and can get that part done, then the other one might have a chance at just going from Terminal 3 to Terminal 5, not, just going straight from point A to point B. But if only one of us could go and get the tickets, check in the luggage, and meet the other one upstairs and at least hold that plane or something, then we might be working with something. But I guarantee you, with the way that everything is going right now, we're going to miss our flight. We done paid for the seats on that flight. We done paid for the seats on the ticket going from Tulsa to Chicago. We paid for that too. But if we can't, I put him on wheelchair. Maybe that might be able to stall some things. Because, hey, at this point, we don't have no way of getting from Terminal 3, get our bags, go to Terminal 5, check in, get our tickets, check in our bags, go through TSA again, and then get to because airplanes usually start, loading up 25 to 45 minutes before the flight. And we only got 1 hour and 20 minutes. So, when it comes to pay later travel, if you've got the patience of a nun, maybe it's for you. But I will never do it again. I don't recommend it. If 0 was a bad review, I wish I can go to hell and come back with a bad review, because this company here is going to cost me so much money, so much more than the $2,500. It's going to cost me seat tickets, parking at the airport, all kinds of fees and stuff. I wish I could sue this company for the inconvenience, but I'm telling you now, I will never, ever do pay later travel again. There's nothing they can do for me. Because at this point, I'm done. And that's my review on pay later travel. And quiet as it's kept, I'm kind of pissed at Qatar Airlines too. Whew, I'm sweating and everything. Just got out of American Airlines. She assured me that everything is fine. That when I check in for American Airlines, that'll check me into Qatar as well, because it was all done on one leg. So I told her, I said, I got wheelchair service too. But she assured me all I have to do is go from Terminal 3 to Terminal 5 in 1 hour and 20 minutes. Oh, I tell you, Qatar need to get some help on their customer service, because that lady had me. I can't say that I had a panic attack. Well, I had a panic attack, but at the same time, you know what? You know my motto. I worry about my problems for 15 minutes every day. 7 o'clock, 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, if I ain't found a solution to my problem, then I'll just save it for tomorrow's session. So, in any case, now if I could ever get out of this dang airport parking lot. Anyway, so I'll get with y'all tomorrow and see how we're doing.